I'm just like, I mean,
We live.
I don't really care. Yeah, yeah. Let's just get into it. Let's just get it
Man, I gotta
back
pull up.
again.
I gotta pull up the inbox. I haven't been on Twitter on the computer in so long. Oh shit! I had to sneeze for a second. Right, like it's. Let's be for real. Let's be fucking for real with this Super Bowl conversation, bro. The Super Bowl conversation is a different. It's a different thing. We'll talk about that
Mm.
later. Talk about it later. Oh God, man, that was a bad sneeze. Anyway, I'm gonna pull up a shit, let me pull up the damn. What is this? Bruh. Hold on a second. I think I went to your. I went to your page. This is a good one.
This is industry, niggas. Man, the streets is the streets. This is industry. Niggas want to bring their lawyers to motherfucking battles, man. Don't bring your lawyer, man. Bring your gat or bring your clique, man. Straight up. So it's a big difference.
You sound like you got some personal experience with that.
Personally, I got sued 3 times from bitch ass niggas. 3 times. They not ghetto celebrities.
Look at that nigga, bro.
You're not ghetto celebrity.
Tell me that nigga right. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that nigga right there, man. Is that who that remind you of that we know? Who this nigga look like a carbon copy of right there, bro?
Nah, that's crazy. Nah, who you thinking?
Bruh, Darian, bruh.
That's what I was thinking.
He looked
I ain't
just
gonna lie.
Yo, I'm talking about that nigga look exactly like him, bruh.
Nah.
Back when before Darian had the dreads and he used to get drunk and start saying all type of wild shit.
Man, the streets is the streets. This is industry. Niggas want to bring their lawyers to motherfucking battles, man. Don't bring your lawyer, man. Bring your gat or bring your clique, man. Straight up. So it's a big difference.
You sound like you got some personal experience with that.
Personally, I got sued 3 times from bitch ass niggas. 3 times. They not ghetto celebrities. You telling? You're not a ghetto celebrity. You telling? Straight up. And then you know who you are. You sued me. Man, the streets is the streets. This is industry. Niggas want to bring their lawyers.
You know who you are. You sued me.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is that. We'll talk about that later. Where's the fucking? All right, here we go. Let's let this clip play for a second.
If any athlete is like saying LeBron James is stupid.
Where you go now? Clip. You know what?
That shit acting a fool.
Yeah. We can't do anything with it. You just have to play it like this.
Niggas face adversity. Adversity makes you change your mind and look for another plan.
True.
If any athlete is like saying LeBron James is stupid because he don't own a team or he don't own a league and he's taking a check. I think that, again, until you face some level of adverse situations, that's when your brain changes and you got to think around it and circumvent it.
I feel that. I was thinking specifically.
This is his first time facing adversity in 15 years. And so now we see what he's doing at the face of adversity.
Or he's a selfish.
All right, let's pause it right there. Anyway, Recovery Room podcast. We about to get into this UMG Drake situation, Kendrick situation. The turn that I never saw coming. Really, I never saw this coming. I did not think suing was about to happen.
Right.
I didn't think it was about to happen. I was sorely mistaken. We were all mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting this. I mean, nobody was expecting this, but hey, it happened. So like, damn, like where do you even start with this shit? Like,
Um, in my opinion, where do you start? Where this is where my mind went when I first heard it. This is where I
mhm,
started. If my mind just literally went here, if the fucking results had been different, then this would not be happening. That's where my
right.
mind truly went, bro. It went right there. If the result had been different, there would be no lawsuit.
Mhm. And
But
by results being different, if Drake would have had kind of steamrolled Drake, that's what you saying.
exactly, if Drake would
All
have,
right.
if Drake would have steamrolled Kendrick, then we wouldn't have a fucking lawsuit happening right now. Like, we would not have him going against his record label. And I've seen a lot of people. I don't know what their motivation is. A lot of them is Drake bot accounts. When I say bot accounts, I mean like Stan accounts or whatever. Like, let's try to flip this shit. Like, however many ways they're gonna flip it to say, you know what I'm saying, that 1 second. To say that he's going against the machine now. And this is bigger than a beef. And this ain't got nothing to do with a beef. This is about not Kendrick. This is about UMG and bots and unfair treatment. And when, bro, granted, like, let's not get it twisted. Drake was selling records before streaming services ever was the way they are now, where streams count towards album sales. Because when streaming services first came out, record labels didn't even want streaming services to exist because they didn't have no way to quantify how much a stream was worth. Then the record labels decided a stream of 1,500 streams is worth one album sale. Like, they decided that, so like it's literally
Right.
their metric. And they worked out all the royalty fees and all that it costs for somebody to stream, for a streaming service to host their artist's music. And that's when it became, okay, that's when it became, excuse me, cool for money to be made off of this. But he was selling records. He was selling 400,000. This many thousands going platinum before, but even before then, the same thing that he is saying was happening, people were saying this happened. Bro, you might be too young to remember, but I'm old enough to remember when Birdman accused Jay-Z of when Jay-Z was the president of Def Jam and Kingdom Come came out. That nigga accused Jay-Z of buying 300,000 copies of Kingdom Come with the record label budget. That's what happened. So this ain't some new accusations. So I say that to say this. Before streaming came out, before any of this, and Def Jam is a UMG company. And that was more UMG versus UMG shit, because Cash Money is a UMG company.
Right.
I say that to say this. If it's happened now, it's been happening. If it happened in favor of somebody else, it's been happening for him for his whole fucking career, bro.
And that was my whole point with it too, though.
That goofy ass Funk Master Flex tried to come out and say that Drake is the only one that don't do it. Get the fuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's fake. I think that's fake as fuck. But I mean, that was my point. Like, I get it, bro. Like, you think the niggas use bots, but it's like, nigga, you've been capitalizing off this shit for how many years? What, 15? Drake really been running shit. So it's like, I mean, I get it, but it's like, nigga, if you've been using the same shit, like you can't really say nothing. Like you can't really get up there and be in arms about it just because you lost a beef, you know?
And that's the thing. This is all because the beef got lost. That was all because the not only did he lose, he got embarrassed. Like, yes, everybody said, "Well, Drake is still the #1 streaming artist." Nigga, how could he not be when he got like thousands of songs, literally? Niggas is not having thousands of songs out there. Like the main guys, him, like Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. Drake is the only one with thousands of songs.
Mm-hmm.
He's the #1 streaming artist because it's just literally more Drake content to consume. Put it like this. What's more impressive to you? The fact that what's the word? What's a good example? What's more impressive to you? The fact that Call of Duty has sold probably, let's say Call of Duty done sold 800 million copies across the whole franchise. Let's say they even sold over 1 billion copies across the whole franchise, Call of Duty. Is that more impressive, or is it more impressive that Minecraft has sold 300 million copies?
What shit? Probably that Minecraft, right?
It's only one Minecraft. It's a Call of Duty every single fucking year, bro. The fact that Call of Duty might have sold 1.5 billion copies is not as impressive that Minecraft has sold 300 million. Yes, there's updates. Yes, there's whatever to Minecraft. But at the end of the day, if you purchase Minecraft and you don't have an internet connection, you getting the same Minecraft that came out 2009, bro. That's what you're getting. Mm-hmm. Like if you put Minecraft in the PlayStation and don't update it, you're getting 2009 Minecraft. Yes, it's more impressive to me. So I say that to say, like, you get a Kendrick album how many times? Every, like, between Mr. Moral and GNX, it was how many years? 2 or 3? Mm-hmm. Nigga, you got a Drake album twice in the same year. Then honestly, never mind, and Her Loss come out. This nigga was having collab albums, this album, that album. Like, and I'm not knocking the work ethic. I'm just saying the streaming numbers is going to always be in his favor because he puts the most shit out. All right?
Right.
So it don't matter to me that he's still the #1 streaming artist. He should be. I'm not even going to say he didn't earn being the #1 streaming artist. If you putting out more music than everybody else, maybe, and you that popular, and the other niggas who's in your stratosphere don't put out as much music as you, then you deserve to get the numbers.
That's true too.
But we got to look at it the other way. The other side of this is that when you step your feet into that water, because you could have ignored it. After Pusha T came out with the story of Adidon, Drake didn't reply to that, bro. Mm-hmm. All of that J Prince shit, I don't believe none of it. I don't believe that whole.
What, you don't believe? You don't believe he had that damn that diss track sitting in the cut? That shit that could end everything.
Play it, nigga. If your diss track that can end everything, if the one that you thought was gonna end all of Kendrick's, end everything with Kendrick is a fucking example of what the one against Pusha T would have been, then you better not play it, because Pusha T gonna wipe the floor with you twice. Mm-hmm. Like that's what's gonna happen. But let's get into let's hear what Joe Budden had to say about the situation. Like that's just a little preamble to what we're gonna talk about, because at this point in time, everybody knows about the suing that's happening. Really, I'm here to talk about my opinion of the suing, bro. Like, not the ins and outs of the lawsuit. Even though we'll get into some of that too.
Lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be. I'm not here to fucking play games with you niggas. Niggas know what it is out there. That's it. And he's fucking white. And he's Jewish. And he had too much dip on his chip. You have been behind the scenes, hitting niggas' baby moms, sending money to niggas' baby. Yo, dog, you been back and sending messages to this nigga's wife, talking shit about fucking, hey, but this nigga's mom died. Hey, all that's cool, but where my beat at, nigga? I don't give a fuck that your mom died. Dog, this nigga's been a sack of shit behind the scenes, and because he got fans and had Lucian, everybody just get to turn a blind eye. The blind eye days are done. That's done with now. I don't want to hear none of that shit now. Now, we've seen the hand, you've seen their hand. What's it going to be, and what are you going to do? That's what it is.
Well, he's showing you.
He's showing you who he is. I came in here and asked y'all. It was the last Drake single that really popped off. I know that everybody just think I'm a hater, but I'm a student of this shit. And to be that, you got to look at what's going on with Drake. And y'all told me the SZA and Sexy Red record was the one. And that answer was unacceptable for me because to me, that record came and went. There was no legs. And when there's no legs, there's no money. When there's no legs, when the record that should be playing a little longer ain't getting burned like that, I don't remember him having a.
I mean, shit, is he lying?
Shit, I'm muted, bro. I'm talking like hell.
Yeah, I thought you stepped away for a second.
No, I'm tripping, bro. I was like, I'm gonna look up the numbers on that album, on that song though. Like, I don't know if that song didn't have legs. I thought that song had some legs. Let's see. Let's see. It was maybe it didn't. It didn't even reach top 10 on the Hot 100. Rich Baby Daddy didn't. And that's not something. It got. Let me not be. I ain't gonna be like that now. It did get number 11, so I ain't gonna be like that. But it didn't get top 10. Like, so I'm not. That right there. But hold on a second. What about Slime You Out? Where did it go?
I don't know if that reached top 10 either, though.
Slime You Out reached number 1.
Bro, that shit went number 1?
Mm-hmm. And so did First Person Shooter. I already know First Person Shooter went number 1 because that was J. Cole's first number 1 single.
I was about to say, if any of these numbers, like what these niggas sold, I know nothing. So I'm no help with that. But
Well, I wanted to. I was asking you, what you think about the fact that Drake threw all these Taylor Swift subs at Kendrick, and Kendrick had Jack Antonoff produce the whole GNX album. Jack Antonoff is on every track, bruh.
what? That's like Taylor Swift's man's or something.
That's Taylor Swift producer, Jack Antonoff.
I feel like everything Drake was saying about Kendrick, about like how he don't go back to his hood and like help out, and how he don't put niggas on from his city, and everything that Drake really said in those diss tracks, Kendrick has kind of came out and kind of did. Like he put all LA niggas on the album. Like all of the features is mostly LA niggas outside of SZA and SZA's TDE. He's also, I believe, patching up shit with TDE and like building shit up with them.
I don't
like
think
he's been doing a lot.
From what I understand about TDE, there was never an issue.
And that's another thing. I've been hearing that too.
He just left
because he was talking about that shit on the heart. Yeah,
yeah. He just went and formed his own. Like a lot of people do that. Like Travis Scott did it. He went and formed Cactus Jack, but I mean, Travis Scott, big as shit, was under Grand Hustle.
Right. And that's Rodeo, right?
Rodeo. I mean, his biggest single is Goosebumps. I know everybody thinking Sicko Mode is not. Goosebumps is 16 times platinum. Sicko Mode is diamond, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I know the Sicko. I know anyway. Yeah, good. The first two Travis albums was under Grand Hustle, and he just left to form his own company. That's what happens. You get big enough, and you leave to form your own company. But Drake just thought that he was untouchable, and him realizing he wasn't untouchable has led us to where we are now. So where we are now is, I'm gonna pull up the lawsuit. This motherfucker. Drake UMG lawsuit. And as far as I've heard, it's not a lawsuit yet. It's
like a civil lawsuit because he just wants to figure out whether niggas was using some ulterior motive so he can put a lawsuit on these niggas.
It's called a petition or something. A petition. Let's see. Let's go to Billboard. He got two of them things out. No, you know what I mean. Pause. Where that? Look, I should be better prepared for this.
But that's how you know this like rap shit ain't the same though. Like rap is not the same anymore, nigga. Like when you got niggas suing. And like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it on stream. I probably said it off stream. But the only way I could even see this, like, I could give you any type of leeway is if niggas is pulling the money up off the table from you. And you got to kind of, like, get your shit together so you ain't broke. Like, all right, cool.
It's not happening. I've heard that's not happening. What I heard was he was in the middle of a $600 million negotiation with UMG. To renew I don't know the ins and outs of the contract negotiations, but I've heard he was in a negotiation worth $600. And
right.
The angle that's kind of coming from is that the negotiations, the tactic of, let me rewind it. The angle that's kind of coming from what I've heard is that the tactic of Kendrick, of them helping Kendrick bash his head in, is to devalue him and take away any leverage that he might have in the contract.
That he has in the contract. Right.
Because whatever negotiation is coming with the masters to his records. That's what it's coming from. But when the beef first started, I was hearing he owned his own masters already. And the masters, like, and he was independent, and he was just licensing the diss records to Universal, which is what Kendrick is doing. Like, when you look at this, when you look at the like, if you go to GNX on Apple Music or YouTube Music or any streaming service and look at the credits for the label, let's say PG Lang under an exclusive license to Interscope. The Interscope is just distributing it, the records. The Interscope is just distributing the Kendrick records.
Right.
They don't own that shit. He owns it himself. So it's like a distribution deal that he is doing with them. But anyway, the long and short of the lawsuit is that Kendrick Lamar was artificially propped up by UMG. They used bots to artificially inflate Not Like Us. That nigga even had like he cited a fucking DJ Academic stream in the lawsuit. Like, how desperate do you have to be putting YouTubers, a nigga with a clear bias towards you? Like, let's not get it twisted. Not to say academics is journalistically
incapable
or unethical or whatever you want to call it, but his fucking bias is towards Drake. Like, that's flat out. But that's in the lawsuit, and it was used to help Kendrick beat him in the battle. Brother, this is what I want to do. I want to give Drake a news flash. Niggas already thought you was losing before that song came out. That's the thing. Niggas had him losing before nobody knew Not Like Us was out when they was saying he was getting shitted on. Nobody knew that song existed yet, bruh. Is that true or am I lying?
Because that was me. Because I can only speak from personal views with this shit, right?
Yeah.
So personally, when I heard that fucking Meet the Grams, that's when I thought that nigga was done.
And you can
that's
even,
when I was like, all right.
To me, you can take out the part of Meet the Grams that people say is fake. But just the way the song was crafted, to me. Just
the nigga was talking to his mom. The nigga was talking to his son, all type of shit. Like, that's a diss track.
The way the song sounded, bro, it sounded like if you ever heard Ether, like if y'all ever heard Ether when it came out, like Ether didn't sound like some listenable shit. It didn't, bro. Like, Jay-Z had the bop in the battle. The Takeover sounded like it was a Kanye record at the height of Kanye coming into this shit. That's what the Takeover was. Ether didn't sound like some listenable, enjoyable shit. It sounded like somebody was coming for blood. So, to artificially, this is the thing. Yes, he's saying that they artificially inflated Not Like Us. Want me to tell you? Can you take one guess at what song was tracking to be the #1 song in the country that week before Not Like Us came out? Take one guess. I bet you'll get it right.
What, the Drake diss?
It was a part of the beef. The song that was tracking to be, the song that was in the battle to be the #1 song in the country before Not Like Us, it was two songs in the battle that was battling for #1. One of them was $1 Million Baby, that Tommy Richmond shit. It won't, $1 Million Baby was not battling with Family Matters to be the #1 song. $1 Million Baby was not battling with fucking push-ups. $1 Million Baby was in a battle with Euphoria to be the #1 song.
Right.
And then when Not Like Us came out, Euphoria was in a battle with Not Like Us to be #1. So the lawsuit would have made more sense to me if he accused them of inflating all of Kendrick's shit, not just Not Like Us.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, even in my opinion, I think Not Like Us was a hot track before fucking like niggas even start talking about bots. Like everybody was listening to that shit. That shit was on ESPN. That shit might still be on ESPN.
No, they replaced it with TV off. That's what's on ESPN now, bruh.
Like I don't know. It's just these songs are good, and I think Not Like Us is an extremely good song.
Let me pull up something. Let me pull up something because this is the type of thing that's happening right now. This is what's happening in the hip hop arena right now, right? Mm-hmm. And this is why the lawsuit is so fucking corny to me. It's because it's not just music, nigga. You've been declared the fucking loser, bro. You've been declared the loser, not by just niggas like us who listening to the tracks. The fucking zeitgeist is you did not win this, and this is the thing. You didn't win against Pusha T either, but Pusha T was someone who you could ignore and get away with it. Look at this shit. Watch this. Watch
Not Kendrick though.
Watch this shit. Watch this. Watch this shit. Watch this. When this type of shit, watch what I pull up on this motherfucker now. I got the wrong mouse. When this type of shit is happening, this is how you know you getting your fucking back kicked in when the motherfucking Heinz Mustard Company is out here shitting on you, dog. Look at this.
Yeah, I saw Heinz, nigga. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga Kendrick been in the Olympics. Like, he's been on several different shit. Like, these songs were everywhere. I don't think. Like, and it could be. Like, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say the nigga Kendrick ain't using bots, because I mean, nigga, I can't say the nigga using bots or not, but like, nigga, everybody loves these fucking songs.
I'm crying too.
Everybody loves these songs.
Nigga, you had every fucking company in the world posting videos of their characters or their this and their that, screaming at something with the caption mustard.
Nigga, I even saw one with fucking Goku up there doing that shit.
I was just about to say, Crunchyroll put every Dragon Ball Z character in existence on Twitter hollering mustard, bruh. Is that bots too, nigga? Like, come the fuck on. Why? What are we doing, bruh? If this shit was reversed, this is the thing. Let's really talk about it. You got two lawsuits. You got a defamation lawsuit where they suing UMG. He's suing UMG, but saying Kendrick defamed him, but saying they allowed Kendrick to defame him. When nigga Kendrick Lamar, if UMG would have blocked the release of the shit, he would have just put the shit on his Instagram, like he did with 616 in LA. 616 in LA is not on streaming services. And it's only not on streaming services because what? The sample didn't get cleared. He would have just put the song and the song would have still went. That's what would have happened. But he's saying that they helped him defame him. Brother, did you forget what song you put out 12 fucking hours before Not Like Us came out, nigga? Did he forget? Did he forget the song he put out where he said the nigga beat up his wife? He said the nigga he put a song out not only before Not Like Us came out saying Kendrick beat his wife, he put a song after Not Like Us came out saying Kendrick beat his wife.
And see, I ain't gonna lie. That I wanted to touch on that too, for real, because it's like, damn. You saying all this shit about Kendrick, right? That could have got him losing shit. Like, he could have been losing, you know, what's a like his endorsements and shit. But now, since motherfuckers is looking at you trying to go back and do some suing and shit. That's how I felt about it. Like, nigga, how you gonna fucking throw stones and then try to hide your hand? Like, what?
Only on top of that, look at this. Look at it this way. He even had niggas with video cameras, like with pulling up video from some or people who worked at some hotel. Not to say Drake did this, but it was people who worked at some hotel saying Kendrick beat up some chick at the hotel that won't even his wife, some white lady.
See, like, I ain't even seen that.
Bro, I can't.
I ain't never even heard of that.
And this is shit that came out all surrounding this. It all spawned from Family Matters, because Family Matters was the one we said you hire the crisis management team to hide the fact that you beat on your queen. You like, ain't that's from that song, right? That's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so notice that happened. Saying that his son was Dave Free's son for real, and then saying that he beat up his girl on the Heart Part 6, and saying that he got molested on the Heart Part 6.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this shit is defamation too, nigga. Like, and you suing somebody for defamation, like, you're suing somebody for defamation after you defamed them. Like I was talking the other day, I was like, this is like the drug dealer calling the police on a nigga that robbed them. This is the type of energy he's bringing. Calling the police.
That's what I was feeling about the most. That's what I was feeling. I'm like, bro, like, it kind of make your whole shit invalid, you know?
It's literally like you call the police and say, yo, can y'all come and get this nigga stole all my crack? Can you come get him, please? That's exactly what he's doing. And Rico?
Yeah, Rico, nigga. That's what I was like. Rico, bro, of all things, my nigga Rico. Like, you trying to get niggas thrown up under the jail because you lost a rap beef, nigga.
But I like I said, like, I don't know why they would even invoke a racketeering accusation in a fucking civil case. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Racketeering is a crime, bruh. Right. Botting streams is not. Like, what? Racketeering.
Nah, but I did see some shit that said if Drake won, like, he would win like $2 billion off this shit.
You saw Maul say that. A nigga who been following the trail that Drake Nuts has been leaving behind. Maul, let me tell you how delusional Maul is. Maul is so delusional and so biased, he more biased than academics.
Mm-hmm.
Maul, that nigga really literally said that, shit, my bad. Hold on. Maul said after the bar, you digging for dirt, you should be digging for proof. Maul took that and said, we told you digging for dirt, you supposed to be digging for proof. You talking about a daughter. We got pictures of the little girl all in the video that we planted the evidence. We got pictures. Nigga. All lies. The fucking guy who owned the house that video was shot at said that picture was my daughter. So Maul was up there saying bullshit. He was saying that Drake put a picture of the little girl who they was trolling Kendrick with, planting fake evidence with, in the background of the Family Matters video to leave a clue, when literally the nigga who owned the place said that that's my daughter and that picture's been hanging there before any of this beef shit happened. So like
That's
that's
crazy.
like to hear Maul say that he might win $2 billion is like hearing the drunk nigga in front of the liquor store that just asked you to buy him a beer say he might win $2 billion. Like it literally means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, bro. I saw the shit, and I have been seeing a lot of Rory and Maul. Like I've been seeing tons of their videos. So,
because
but I knew Maul was pretty biased towards Drake. So is like academics too, though.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. Like if Drake and Maul is homies, and Kendrick done slung the pedophile word at him a bunch of times, that's one thing. Like. But bro, like I'm not finna sit up here and call Drake a pedophile. Like I'm not gonna do it.
Neither am I.
But
I mean, I don't know that nigga personally. Like I don't know what he does. So who am I to say that?
nigga, we saw him kiss that 16-year-old girl though. You saw it, I saw it.
I mean,
Like,
I mean, yeah. But it's also some shit like, all right, it's so many different fucking narratives with that shit, bro. Like niggas are saying that the girl dad told her to go up there, and I don't know.
I mean,
but
the fucking people, the girls
way.
who was the R. Kelly was fucking, they parents brought them to him too.
Hey, you definitely not lying about that. You're not lying. So,
but again, I'm not gonna call Drake a pedophile over that. What I'm saying is, if somebody, Nas said, "I still whoop your ass. You 36 in a karate class, right?" And
you Tabo ho.
Follow me where I'm going with this. Nas took that bar and exaggerated it to the point of saying that off of just seeing a video of Jay-Z doing boxing in the ring for like 30 seconds. So if somebody is gonna call you a pedophile, they're gonna see that video that you had with the girl on the stage, and they're gonna see you and do whatever, and they're gonna see you ask her how old she was, and she say I'm 16 or I'm 17, and you say, damn, why couldn't you be older or some shit like that? I'm paraphrasing. If they going against you in the beef, nigga, they gonna exaggerate that to call you a pedophile. On top of your homie was in prison. Like I didn't know what that nigga was in jail for. Like, I didn't know what he was in jail for. He was like, as soon as Baca touched down, I might declare the party as soon as Baca get back on the road. I thought he was in there for doing something for bringing bodily harm to some niggas. I ain't know he was locked in there for sex trafficking.
Right. I didn't know that either.
So you got predators, by the definition of it, over there with you. Like, that shit's not a lie. It's not.
I'm just curious to see where this shit all goes. Like, I'm curious to see how far it goes and if any real, like, legal action is going to be taken.
I mean, real legal action has been taken.
Yeah, but, like, is it some shit where, like, niggas is, like, could niggas really go to jail behind this shit? Or is it more or less, like...
It's a civil case. They ain't trying to get nobody locked up.
Not right now, at least, right?
Civil shit don't... Usually, when civil shit happen, it's because criminal shit ain't on the cards. At least from the way I've seen it happen. Usually, a civil thing will happen. If civil and criminal is tied together... A civil thing gonna happen after criminal shit fall through. For example, O.J. Simpson got found criminally innocent of killing his wife, but he got found guilty in civil court. To the fact
for trying to go get his merch back, right?
No. That was different. I'm talking about only the Nicole Brown Simpson case. He got found. He got found guilty in civil court to where civilly. He was held responsible for her death, and anything to do with that story, he could not profit off of. If he did anything with that story that made a profit, or anything about that story that made a profit, went straight to the family of her and Ron Goldman. Like that's what happened. So usually, if some civil suits come after criminal shit doesn't go the way that the people wanted to. So the fact that a civil suit is out here, I don't see like what crimes have niggas committed? Like nobody, even if they did bot streams, that shit ain't against the law.
Right.
Like it ain't against the law.
And they was talking a whole bunch of stuff about payola as well. But like payola is some shit that's been around for what, like forever in the music industry, right?
Payola is something that's been around forever. And they say that's why independent artists can't get no looks. Bro, is that really why independent artists can't get no looks, or independent artists don't get no looks? Because you niggas, whether you was getting paid or not, ain't gonna give them no looks. The local radio station where we was at, you would hear when you had to really depend on radio back when we was young, you would hear the same song every 45 fucking minutes. Do you understand how many times I heard that damn Carrie Hilson and Kanye West song, and I ain't never owned a Carrie Hilson album in my fucking life? That Glove Knocks You Down.
That Ego?
No, that's the Beyonce and Kanye West
that
one.
too.
That one, you would hear that Carrie Hilson and Kanye joint, and then you would hear the Ego shit come on right after it. Like that's what you would hear. And then when the hour flipped over to the next hour, guess what? Them same 8 songs would rotate again and rotate again. That's all you heard. Like, so payola or not, niggas just won't put them. You had to go to the radio station that the college was running to hear good music. To hear shit you ain't never heard before. You had to go to the radio station, the college that Shaw University had. Y'all remember that shit.
Right.
Or say the Shaw and the St. Aug's radio stations is where you would hear real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, So like payola, I mean, what is he trying to prove? Again, if payola is happening, if botting is happening, if Kendrick got artificially boosted, nigga, so did you.
Right. And see, that was my whole point with the whole shit. Like, okay, even if Kendrick did use that shit, he's not profiting off something you didn't use before. Yo, did I cut out?
My bad. But yeah, nigga. So did you telling me that the hot damn Apple Music, who paid that nigga $20 million to put views on the platform, you telling me that they didn't push that shit out in everybody's fucking face?
Because keep in mind, they got to make their ROI too. That's what everybody trying to do, make that return on investment. On
top of that, listen to this. With the way these streaming companies would do you, bruh, it was an iPhone that came out that it was a U2 album that came preloaded on every one of them. I think it was the iPhone 6. Whether you wanted that shit or not. Weird record company practices don't happen. Or let me see. Hold on a second. Let me check.
And I remember that YouTube album because I had that shit on my phone. Nigga, they put that shit on every single phone. Like before Apple Music was really popping for me and I had shit up there, nigga, I only had that YouTube album. Exactly. They had some shit up there too.
I never even heard it.
I remember listening to that shit.
I didn't have a fucking iPhone, so I didn't hear it, but I did. Let me see something. When did this shit? Right. I'm trying to find something very specific because I need to see who did this shit. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do it this way. Hold on a second. Warner. Okay, so it's not UMG. This is Warner Music, one of the other big companies. Because I think the three big music labels is Warner, Universal, and Sony. I think that's the three big music labels. But anyway, Atlantic Records, Warner Records. In 2015, not 2015. No. Was it 2015? 2014? No, it was 2013. Nigga, if you had a Galaxy Samsung phone, them niggas
that Holy Grail.
bought 1 million copies of Jay-Z album before it even came out. That's how his album was platinum when it released. His album was platinum before it came out because they bought 1 million copies, and during the NBA Finals that year, all you had to do was go on your Samsung phone and tell them niggas you wanted it. And you got a copy of the Jay-Z album right there. Magna Carta joint on the Galaxy S3, my nigga.
I know exactly. I remember that shit. And DJ Khaled did some shit very similar with his album. He was selling it with like Monster energy drinks or something like that.
Travis Scott selling his album with t-shirts. Days Before Rodeo getting sold with merch. That's why Days Before Rodeo came out and had the biggest week-to-week decline of all time. On the fucking top 200 from the week 1 to week 2. Acting like these funny practices. Bruh, the biggest Days Before Rodeo came out and sold like 350,000 in the first week that it was available on streaming.
Right.
And it had the biggest decline ever from week 1 to week 2, my nigga.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that.
Man, it might not have been the biggest ever, but I know it was like a fucking
a pretty large decline.
More of the story. What was it? It was like a yeah, bro. Like I can't find the exact number, but I think I think it had like an 80-something% fall off from week 1 to week 2, and then all of a sudden in week 4 it had 1,000% increase again.
That sounds
like,
crazy.
The most funny business ain't happening with these fucking albums.
I just feel like, look, bro, if you lost, nigga, you lost.
Bro, I'm just trying to build I'm trying to lay out the landscape of how these companies operate. And the companies ain't operating that way for everybody except this nigga.
Right.
It's a reason why Scorpion is 30 fucking songs long, my nigga. It's a reason why Scorpion is a double album.
It's a long ass album.
Like, they put it out. It's to manipulate streaming. That's what these long ass albums came for. Ray Shrimmer Life 3 is a 3-disc album to manipulate streaming. Who the hell is putting out double albums? And you can say, yeah, Mr. Moral is a double album. Mr. Moral is a double album, and it's the same length that his album would have been if it wasn't a double album. It was a double album. It was split into 2 parts because each part was supposed to signify a different part of the narrative. And I'm not
Right.
I'm not out here trying to make excuses for that shit because I don't even like that album. So don't even get me started
Right.
on that. Like I'm just saying that's just a fact.
I was about to say we don't want to go down a rabbit hole of saying how much that shit is ass.
Yeah, fuck that album, bro. That shit trash. But anyway, I mean, when I say it ain't trash, it's just trash for a Kendrick album.
Right. So hold on, just to take a little moment off of this real quick and go into something different. Like, what's your feelings about GNX?
My feelings about GNX.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be straight up. It's my favorite album by Kendrick Lamar since To Pimp a Butterfly because I also thought Damn was kind of weak. I ain't even gonna lie. Again, Kendrick, my number score for something like Damn would have been like a 7.5. Maybe a 8 on a great day. Mr. Moral, I'm like in 5.5 territory on that. So
Right.
Like, this ain't the Kendrick fellatio hour over here. Don't get it fucking twisted. Like that's not what we do. But yeah, like Damn is good, but I think Damn took 90 minutes. Scorpion is 90 fucking minutes. Anyway, I Damn got that. Kendrick was huffing his own farts too much with that album, bro. I ain't even gonna lie because it's not
What on Damn?
It's not the music, but it was like he even started feeding into the narrative. You remember that narrative that came out around Damn that Damn is one experience if you listen to the album in the release track order.
Right.
But it's a
and then
different
if you spin
experience
it all the way back, yeah.
And then what happened? The deluxe album, copy of Damn with the
And that
black
shit
and white
was
cover
backwards.
with the back. I was like, man, this nigga right here tripping. Fuck that. But yeah, like GNX, back to it. The reason why I say GNX is my favorite album by Kendrick since To Pimp a Butterfly is one reason and one simple reason. And you could go back and check the receipts on this, what we've been saying. What we've been saying we want this nigga to do.
Just rap. Stop making music about. I ain't even gonna say it, but just rap, bro.
We don't need no fucking stories and no narratives, no plays, no movies, no fucking storybooks. No damn single narrative thread through the album. That was, don't get me wrong. Good Kid, Mad City, one of the greatest albums of all time. And it's like you can listen to it and envision every scene that he's painting.
I agree.
But we don't have to have that every time, bro. Like, it was like, yeah, Good Kid, Mad City's the movie. To Pimp a Butterfly is the poem. Damn is a magazine. And Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers is a play. Fuck that shit, nigga. Like, I don't care. Get out and just put out an album where you rapping. And that's what happened. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, like, that's what happened, bro. Like, he had an album. I mean, the damn intro alone was some shit he had to record within a week of the shit coming out. Because the mural got vandalized the week before the album came out. He saw some shit that happened in his life and he reacted to it on wax.
I just appreciate how fast he's making this shit, though.
I appreciate that too, but I don't want it to become oversaturated. Like, don't feed into the way he fed into that narrative about Damn being one way if you listen to it this way, and don't feed into the narrative about you needing to release at a higher rate and be like Drake and shit like that. Just release the albums when they ready, bro. Like, that's how I look at it. Release them when they ready. But as far as I'm talking about, I really couldn't have asked for nothing more from the album. Like, I couldn't have asked for nothing. It's exactly what I asked for. the last time we talked about his music is exactly what I asked for. An album where he's just rapping. He still got some of the more introspective, some of the more creative, some of the more conceptual tracks on here, like Reincarnated, where he kind of like Reincarnated. You can dig through layers where not only is he rapping on a level, rapping from the perspective of different musicians from history, but he's also channeling like a Tupac flow to the point where a nigga they just ran it through a Tupac voice filter and it actually sounds exactly like a Tupac song at that point. It sounds like Tupac rapped it, which is I think that's more a dig at Drake than it is anything else, than him trying to be interesting.
I thought about that too.
Because on Taylor Made, when Drake ran his voice through the Tupac filter, it was Tupac's voice rapping with a weak ass Drake flow.
Mm-hmm.
Like Drake couldn't even ride that fake ass Dr. Dre imitation beat. He couldn't even do it. So this is like Kendrick took an actual Pac beat and used the actual Pac flow. But
it made it sound good.
I digress. Like, I really think, and this ain't hyperbole. I done listened to this album maybe at least 15 times all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And like my ratings don't come with, oh, this is a perfect album or nothing like that. I rate an album strictly on how much I enjoy it. That's where the number comes from. Like, so an album can get a 10 from me and be a nigga who can barely rap worth a damn, as long as the album was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not barely rap worth a damn, but it ain't got to be no conceptual, no metaphors and similes and shit. Like, it don't got to be all of that. So I rate like artists of his caliber, of Kanye caliber, of Drake caliber, like artists that's like some of my all-time favorites. I rank they careers in tiers. I rank their careers in levels. And to me, this album belonged on the level with Good Kid and To Pimp a Butterfly. That's where in my ranking levels of his music, this would be up there with that. Because to me, maybe I'm tripping. I always said that Kendrick's features is one of his weaknesses to me. Like, I don't really fuck with him on features like that. Like, I don't. So when I hear him in the context of shit that he makes, the whole vision is his. You know what I'm saying? Not something he hopping on for somebody else. To me, I was almost unsure whether he could put together a regular rap album without it being some high concept shit. Like, that was the one thing I hadn't heard him do. Mm-hmm. So to me, this is him proving me wrong. So like, to me, it's up there. And I'll go like, I don't think it's no skips, but like my favorite ones, every single West Coast club banger, I love all of them. From Squabble Up to Hey Now, TV Off, Peekaboo, all them shits. But it's one track in particular I want to talk about because niggas is hating, and that's the titled album. I don't know why niggas is hating on GNX. Nigga, that shit is fucking flames, nigga. I don't know why people is hating on that shit. Like, that's the one that I see people like the least.
Mm-hmm.
The GNX title track, bro. Like, when niggas, like, I know the beat is unorthodox, but that don't really bother me. Unorthodox beats don't bother me like that. It's if it's used correctly. Like, it's not gonna be every person, but like everybody he put on the beat really, really flamed that shit, bro. Like, even the nigga, like, I didn't even know this other nigga was a rapper, bro. Like, I found out he was a rapper. The nigga that's on the front of To Pimp a Butterfly holding the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't know he was a rapper until the beef started. Yeah, because then he started popping up on the timeline, And then his music started popping up on the timeline. The hit of J3. Bro,
Yeah.
that nigga's, his verse on that shit is one of the best verses on the whole album.
Mm-hmm.
His verse on GNX is one of the best verses on the whole album, period. In my opinion. So, but like, it's real easy to rate the album. Like, it's just, to me, it's a whole no skip, start to finish, 10 out of 10 record. And it's like, to me, is what I needed as a listener, is what I needed coming off of Mr. Morale, because Mr. Morale really just put me in the position where I ain't want to listen to this nigga right now. And not to say Mr. Morale is trash, and not to say I don't understand it. I understand the record. I just didn't give a fuck about the subject matter. I didn't care, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I don't want to hear family problem rap, nigga. That's why I didn't like 444. I don't want to stop rapping to me about your fucking divorce, nigga. Like, about your cheating, bro. Like, about Beyonce was gonna leave you. Yo, on wax apology don't appeal to me. Like, get back to the fucking days of rapping about so much coke you could do the slalom. Like, let me hear some of that. Mm-hmm. Or rapping about, like, get back to that oldest shit. Like, I don't stop rapping to me because you cheated, and then your wife, sister beat the shit out you in the elevator, and now she making albums talking about leaving you, and you making albums begging her to stay, man. I don't care about none of that shit, man. I don't want to hear it. But what did you think about the album, bro?
I thought it was pretty good. I wouldn't put it on the same level as like a Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly, but I'll put it right below that. It was maybe about 2 skips, but it won't skips because they were bad songs. It was skips because it may not be a song that I want to listen to as frequently, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Luther is definitely my favorite song on the album. Probably coming up close to second is Dodger Blue. And I like The Heart Part 6 as well. So I'm liking a lot of the songs that are kind of like real chill.
That's one of my critiques. One of my critiques. Mm-hmm. I forgot to mention this. It's a great song. But I do see why The Heart is not usually on his albums. That song did not fit in with everything else to me. But you go ahead. Right.
It was super chill. Mm-hmm. It was super, super chill. But that was one of the ones that I liked. And I felt like that was more of a reflective track if anything. He's reflecting on, him coming up with, some of the members of TDE. He's talking about Black Hippie. Like, he's going over the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty cool, and that was a really enjoyable listen for me. And obviously Squabble Up, like, it's gas. Like, but I know I said I had a few skips, so let me pull up the track list and I'll let you know those. But am I gonna say it's bad? No. That shit's good. Like, I would definitely give it about 7.5, 8 range. Mm-hmm. I would say, honestly, if I had to like skip some shit, like honest skips, right?
Yeah.
And this ain't saying that the songs is bad. This is just me pulling up the album one day and I'm like, damn, I want to hear this shit. I might skip Reincarnated, right? I might not want to hear that every day.
I can understand.
And I might skip Peekaboo. Because it's like, if I'm gonna listen to Reincarnated, I might as well go listen to some pop. Dead ass.
I can understand that. Well, it said we got some comments. GNX 8.9, respectable. Saying
8.9 is very respectable.
8.9 respectable. It's at 7 a.m. in district court with the crying, laughing emojis. That's where that nigga wanted to take it. That nigga,
We here.
nigga tuck it
We
there.
here at this point.
Said, finally. Yes, finally. It must be somebody
Yes.
who got sick that's not streaming. Like, you know.
No, yeah, finally, yes, we're here. We're here. Yeah.
Yeah, Peekaboo. I can understand where you come from on the ones that you say are skips to you. Yeah. So I listen to Pac and Isaac Hayes since the drop. Yeah, Pac. Kendrick Lamar is wearing he's wearing that fucking inspiration on his sleeve on the album. He's wearing it on Reincarnated especially. I mean, and he loves Tupac, and I think that the Tupac, again, like I said a few minutes ago, I think the Tupac homage is a straight up reaction to Taylor Made. Isaac Hayes is fucking incredible. You go listen to his version of The Look of Love. January 6th God certified lawyer boy. Motherfucker turned into a Karen punk ass boy. He said that Luther is cold, Squabble Up is cold, Whacked Out Murals is cold. Absolutely.
Right. I agree.
And like I said, Whacked Out Mirrors was something that had to be Whacked Out Mirrors is something that had to be recorded within a week of this shit coming out, because that's when the mural got. So finger was on the pulse the way that people try to say his finger's not on the pulse. It's really on the pulse. It's a nice multi-generational mixtape album. That's the way that's what we needed. We needed something that sounded like a mixtape. In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we needed something.
We just needed something from Kendrick that wasn't that Mr. Morale. Like, we needed something that ain't so
such a high concept.
Like, yeah, like we needed something that was just, all right, I'm gonna make some songs and that's what it's gonna be. That's what it was.
TV Off is a total banger, and The Heart Part 6 is cold. I think you like every song on the album, brother. She said Drake is the 12 God. He is. Add another 6 to the 6. Right? It's a 12 now. Punk ass boy. Like, and again, what's wrong with Mr. Morale? On the surface, nothing is wrong with Mr. Morale, in my opinion. Like, as musically, nothing is wrong with it. I just did not want to I didn't give a fuck about the subject matter. Said a few minutes ago, I didn't want to listen to the album about his fucking marital problems and shit. If I was that, I would drop out the Super Bowl, make the world wonder what Drake made them miss. The only thing I would say to that is I don't think he will do anything to make it look like Drake got any sort of win. I think, at least I thought when I first saw him get announced to be the Super Bowl headliner, I didn't even think he was gonna put Not Like Us on the set list. Now I think he done reworked that fucking song into the set list. If I was him, I would perform that shit for 15 straight minutes and leave. That's what I would do. But like I would
do, right?
Petty.
What I would do, I would come out, perform, other Kendrick songs, other songs that niggas know, and then at the end have Not Like Us just play the instrumental and let the crowd perform it and just show that nigga, this is not no bots. This is the people. This is like, I feel like that right there, just have the crowd singing and he just stand there and just like let them all do it.
But that is what UMG said in response to his lawsuit. They said, nigga, the people spoke. The people
Right.
chose. She said, me too. She didn't think that he would perform Not Like Us at all, and TV Off could easily replace Not Like Us. TV Off is like Not Like Us Part 2 to me. Look at, hold on, let's pull it back up. And this is what we saying. Will Drake sue the NFL if he plays it? He could try. If he think that
I don't think he'll
UMG,
get that far though.
if he think that UMG got fucking money, let him fuck with the NFL if he wants. Like, let him mess with the NFL. But this is, again, she said TV Off could easily replace Not Like Us. This is what we was talking about earlier. Where is that shit at? The people spoke. You got companies quoting TV Off on billboards.
Mm-hmm.
You got every company in the world putting the mustard meme up.
Right.
Like,
You got Crunchyroll using the mustard meme. Like,
every sports team is putting one of their athletes yelling and screaming with mustard on as the caption. I just don't think that Drake has ever been in the position. He ain't never felt the pressure like this. And then when he felt the pressure, what did he do? He turned into the guy that motherfucking Kendrick said he was. A white boy.
right. Because I would even say he started to feel the pressure in the Pusha T shit. And then he got Jay Prince to kind of, throw him a bone. But I feel like he couldn't really run from Kendrick. He couldn't run from it. He didn't have nobody to really help. He had to stand there and fight, Yeah.
He said, walking to New Orleans with the etiquette of L.A. yelling. I ain't even going to do it. I don't want to wake everybody up in my house. Now that we brought it up, because now that we talking about that lyric has been quoted in the chat, and shout out to everybody chatting. Now that lyric has been quoted.
Shout out to the chat right now. W's in the chat for the chat, man. W's in the chat for the fucking chat, man.
Now that he played Euphoria out quicker than the length of the song. Right? Let's ask this. Now that we talking about now that lyric has been quoted, what you think about this Lil Wayne supposedly done recorded a response?
He better not put it out.
Hold on, he said, all jokes aside, he got to drop rank on the GOAT rappers list, at least 5 spots. You must be talking about Drake. I mean, he made a joke out of himself with this. Like, he made a joke out of himself. And the thing I said is, even if the so-called lawsuit is him going against the machine, he's going against the same machine that he going against the same machine that helped him. But anyway, like,
exactly.
Dot don't need to respond. Wayne is tripping. Stand down, like Top Dog said.
I feel like if Wayne responds, bro, it's just gonna be one of those situations where, like, this is like fucking Magic Michael Jordan going against fucking Heat LeBron James. Like, you go see some shit you don't want to see, and I don't think Wayne should even set himself up for that.
Bro,
I don't think he should. I think he should just stay away from the beef. Stay away from the beefs. Bro, if you want to do more songs with Corday, that's cool. Just stay away from the beef, yo.
Hold on.
Yeah, W's in the chat, man. Drop them W's in the chat, man. W's in the chat.
You can still hear me. I think my microphone went out for a minute.
Nah, I can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, like he said, stand down like Top Dog said. Lil Wayne is just I'm a say this about Wayne. The same thing I said about you. I mean, said to you the other day when we was talking about this. And I don't care how nobody feel about it. Wayne, while Wayne is a real influential rapper, and he does have to be listed in the greatest of all time list. He, in my opinion, does not need to be listed in the greatest of all time list because of any rapping that he's done.
Right. So you thinking more of like a just like his mixtape era shit, how he was like doing with the mixtape.
His influence and the way he kind of revolutionized mixtapes and revolutionized the way the industry was moving. Lil Wayne basically is the person that made it popular to make albums and put them out as mixtapes, because that's what he was doing. Like some of it, when I was younger, some of his mixtapes was more popular than his albums. Yes, right. The albums sold more because the mixtapes was free. They didn't sell at all. So yeah, the Carter 3 sold 1 million copies in a week. No, and I ain't talking about hits. I ain't talking about hits, J. Cole. I ain't talking about whether he shit. Hold on. What? Mic check. What about the sound now? I think this bullshit computer is trying to choke itself out right now. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
I can hear you perfectly on my end though. It might just be the Discord though.
Right. I don't know. I hope it ain't Streamlabs tripping, but like every level look good in it. But yeah, Jaco said no way Lil Wayne got hits. Yes, he does have hits. I'm not talking about hits. I'm talking about GNX did 324,000 first week on a surprise drop. Yes, Wayne got hits, but I'm talking about rapping ability. It's not why he's the greatest of all time. It's other shit that makes him one of the greatest of all time. Not rapping ability. His rapping ability is good, but it ain't all time great to me. His hit making ability, his commercial selling albums ability, his mixtape catalog, that's all stuff that moves him up in the conversation and makes up for the fact that his rapping ain't always the best. Saying Wayne can't battle rap. You telling me the bars fuck Pusha T and everybody that love him? His head is in his ass. I'm gonna have to headbutt. You telling me that wasn't battle? Like that wasn't rap?
That was like one of the hardest bars I've ever heard in my life. Like no cap.
It was so fucking hard. No homo that I never listened to it again. I just couldn't handle it. Just couldn't.
It was too much. Pause.
Yeah, I mean,
it's inevitable that Doc could fucking cook him with one track. I mean, that's probably what would happen.
That's the thing. When Wayne came out, when he really blew up, he shot like overnight, bro. I was watching this shit in real time. Lil Wayne shot to being the number one guy in the blink of my fucking eyes, bro. I couldn't believe it. Like when I was at school and everybody is telling me Yo, you gotta hear the Carter 2. You gotta hear the Carter 2. You gotta hear the Carter 2. That's the shit. That's the album. That's the album. Like, it was like one day I woke up and Lil Wayne was just everybody's favorite.
Right.
Like, yeah, Willie the Squid is how he dissed Gilly. That is how he dissed Gilly, but you know what I'm saying?
The Squid, because I remember the Gilly and the Wayne, but like, keep in mind, like, this is some shit before I was really on it, so like, I don't know as much, but I don't know. I know Gilly was like really rapping though, and Gilly was saying that he was writing most of that shit for.
Right,
Wayne.
you can.
I don't know how true that is though.
I heard Gilly's music back then. Like, you could tell. You could tell which ones Gilly had input in. I'll put it that way, because the complete flow was Gilly flow on those songs. So that's right. I'll put it that way.
You basically saying like, you can tell how sometimes fucking Saha was writing for Kanye on that My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, when Kanye wasn't rapping poopity scoop and when he was rapping real lyrics, that's when Saha was writing that shit. That's what it was. But he said, yeah, he loves Wayne. He's just disappointed. Yeah. So I'm a little older than Wayne, so I was really listening. I love Wayne, but he need to sit this one out. And yeah, like,
I agree. He needs to sit this one out.
I would never take nothing from Lil Wayne. I'll be completely honest. Lil Wayne has never been one of my favorites, but I still have to say facts about him. He's never been one of my favorites, but factually, he's one of the best rappers to ever do it. Like, he's not only one of the best rappers to ever do it. He spawned Nicki Minaj and Drake. Said that poopity scoop song was garbage. I think that's why Drake really. Yo,
oopity scoop.
Yeah,
oopity scoop, scoopty scoopty whoop, scoopty 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 whoop.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hey, but I
that
gotta.
nigga was tweet.
I gotta speak facts about Wayne. Like, but his rapping ability has never been, to me, what makes him one of the greats. That's what it is. His rapping ability, this is what I think it is. I think that people just wasn't used to hearing a Southern rapper rap like Lil Wayne rapped. That's what I think it is. Even though they were out there. I think niggas just don't look at Outkast as Southern rappers. And as crazy as that might sound, I don't think the first thing that you hear when you hear Outkast is South. They probably think conscious rappers when they hear Outkast before they think Southern rappers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. So they forget that it was real lyricists from the South. Like, that was like, because like, even though Scarface, UGK, those are the like, they all have incredible rapping ability. They don't use the New York style techniques when they rap. They raps is straightforward, but they paint vivid pictures with it. They don't use really metaphors and similes and shit. Said he was good lyrically. At least for the early 2000s. He was good lyrically, just not all time great lyrically. Said Dot would knock Wayne between the washer and dryer.
Between the washer and dryer is crazy.
So he had crazy metaphors, and his work ethic was impeccable. His work ethic, bruh, I remember Lil Wayne, his work ethic was so crazy. That nigga put out a mixtape called Sorry for the Wait after he put out 5 other mixtapes 4 months ago. That's how his work ethic was, yeah. But the rapping, it just ain't gonna cut it against Kendrick. He gonna get fucking washed up. bro. Like
Nigga gonna get flame broiled.
that's what happened. That's what'll happen, bro. Like you don't mess with them. The one thing that these rap battles continue to teach you about these niggas is that when you that guy, leave the other guy who say he had 77 songs in 2008. Yeah, he was everywhere. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing Wayne. Like when you that guy, leave the guy who people think is second fiddle to you alone. Don't mess with that person. Because that person is ready to bite your head off. We saw that shit. I saw it when I was a little kid with Jay-Z and Nas. Right, Jay-Z thought that there was no way Nas could. And then Nas did that shit to him. Yeah, he definitely 77 is insane and true. That shit really happened. He said, "Don't." Nas did that to him to the point where you can look this shit up. Where Jay-Z was on Hot 97 or Power 105 or one of them New York radio stations in studio, and fans was calling him to tell him that Nas flamed his ass up.
Mm-hmm.
They was calling in to tell Jay-Z. So the guys, leave that guy alone. I mean, the people might say, yeah, Kendrick jumped out the window first. I don't know. Because Drake been throwing subs 4 years, my nigga. Like, 4 years. We've all heard it. He took a verse that nobody else took that way. Well, Big Sean kind of took it that way. But the other niggas, they just went to rapping. Like, the Control verse was so crazy because it had a couple dudes who was mentioned, offended, and then you had dudes that didn't get mentioned, was offended that they didn't get mentioned.
Right.
It was like,
I remember that too. I ain't gonna lie, that Control verse, nigga. Like, just a little hindsight on that, bro. I waited up until that verse came out just to listen to it, bro. Like, I sat there and really like listened to it when it first came out. It was just mesmerized, bro.
You already know, I know, because you knew that nigga's freestyles front to back. So I already knew.
No, seriously.
You was waiting on Control to drop. But the thing about it, again, just to bring it all the way back around to where we started at, yeah, the Control verse. Absolutely. Big Sean,
that shit was chef's kiss. The Control verse is chef's kiss.
Big Sean was on some whole stuff for not putting it on the album. Put it on there.
Yeah, he should have. That shit would have exploded. Like, it would have exploded.
At least he heard it first.
I feel like he didn't put it on the album because he was one of the people that was kind of he was brought into it. Like, he was one of the Sean.
He was the other one. He was
the first name, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was the first name, but I know other than Drake, he was the other person who got offended by it. Like, well, at least he heard it first, bro. It ain't like they pulled a G unit on him. They didn't pull a G unit on him where T.I. got on the Stomp song and then they let Ludacris come up there and absolutely flame him on the next verse without even telling him that Luda was gonna be on the shit. like to the point where that verse,
I'm a monster in this game, similar to the Loch Ness. I remember that verse fucking off the rip too, though.
I think they took that version off. They replaced Ludacris with Game, or either they replaced T.I. with Game. They replaced one of them two. But Big Sean should have put it on the album. But that's to bring it all the way back around. Big Sean is fire, but kind of reserved and scary. I just don't think Big Sean don't want to really have nothing to do with beefing as he talking about one of his fucking exes. And that's when he got all the smoke for one of them. You get his biggest career hit. He talking about his ex.
Mm-hmm.
But
You talking about Gabe?
no, Big Sean.
Oh yeah.
Big Sean, the Control verse, he ran and hide from that. But one of his exes or something, I don't fuck with you was coming out. Okay.
Nah, bro.
But,
that shit's a hit though. That's a hit.
Bro, I think it's his biggest hit. Ain't it a DJ Mustard joint too?
No, that I don't know.
I think it's a Mustard. A Mustard on the VO. But this is the thing.
It's a Mustard.
Hold on, you breaking up. You breaking up. But anyway, just
my Wi-Fi from
that
hanging together by two strings of fucking in a tin can.
Got that Frosted Flakes Wi-Fi, bro. That cereal box shit. Anyway,
no, I'm back now.
The just to bring it all the way back around to where we started at. Big Sean, I don't know. Too worried about critics. Yeah, Big Sean, I think Big Sean should have been bigger than what he was. Anyway, but this is what I'll bring it back.
Let him tell it. Kanye was holding them back.
I don't know, man. Kanye is crazy, bro. He might have been doing any number of things. Bring it all the way back.
Crazy as fuck.
I just think that I just never thought we was gonna end up in this situation where this shit was in a courtroom. And the fact that the defamation lawsuit didn't come first let me know what it's really about. It's really about hurt feelings.
I just feel like in rap, nigga, you not supposed to take it to the courtroom. At least from what I know about rap and from what I seen with rap, like you're not supposed to take shit to the courtroom. But I guess, as with anything, rap has changed and it's gonna keep changing. So I guess we just losing our once beloved fucking rap. And it's changing to something different, which I hate to see, but I think that's the ultimate time that we're in, of a changing of the things that we once loved, and that sucks. That does suck.
Well, I think like this: if the shoe was on the other foot, there wouldn't be any court proceedings.
No, yeah. I feel like if Kendrick would have honest to God, right? Mm-hmm. Drake comes out and shreds Kendrick, right? We probably would have just never heard from Kendrick again on the beef stand front. Like, this nigga would have just did something different. But I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I just feel like Drake, like, why get legal actions involved? Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. If you are honestly losing endorsements, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe. But it's like, if you're not losing endorsements and you just salty that you lost the battle, like, damn, get over it, bro. You lost.
The OVO Air Force Ones is about to come out. He ain't losing shit. All he lost was his fucking face. That's what he did.
Nah.
That's all he lost. The OVO Forces is coming out, bro. And it's just everything that he announces, if it ain't only a hardcore Drake stan, why y'all surprised he not like us? Duh. Like, I mean, the fucking guy proved everything that his enemy was saying about him, like, unironically. Like, the opening verse of Euphoria continues to age. Like, the part of Euphoria that's over the Teddy P beat. just continues to age. And the part where he say, if you take it there, I'm taking it further.
That's something you don't want to do. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
But man, that, you know what I'm saying, like, only thing I can say is if once more developments come out, we'll be right back on it. Next one will be, it'll be 8 p.m. in the judge's chambers or some bullshit like that. But, I mean, Jay-Z said it best. I don't even want to ruin this fucking stream by pulling up with copyrighted music.
Yeah, don't even do it, bro. Just leave. Let the music go, bro. We not gonna play no more music on the street. Like, we doing good, bro. The chat is booming, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I want to take a moment, bro. Let's get some claps for the chat, man. The chat has been. I just clicked out of everything, but the chat, man. Today, the chat, I want to say thank you to the chat today, bro. Let's just take a moment and just thank the chat, bro. This has been an amazing show. I know we're about to wrap up, but I just wanted to take a moment, you know, on our 100th minute of streaming for this episode and just thank the chat. It has been amazing talking to you guys today, and I hope y'all come back for the next episode. So,
I mean,
we gonna W for the chat, man.
Do the next one before, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do the next one before 7 weeks pass. I mean, we did do one recently,
Seriously.
but I mean, don't nobody need to remember that bullshit.
I don't even want to post that one, honestly. So we just gonna keep that one where it is.
You just had to be there for that.
Keep that shit where it's at, because that one was not a good show. But hey, we back, man. We back.
We're going to stay back. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it also. We done did so much stuff on YouTube that got us into trouble with YouTube. I think we're going to try to keep our noses clean from now on. But me saying that, I know that shit is a fucking lie. We're going to probably be in trouble with these bitch ass niggas again next week. You got the emails, the number of emails that a channel with 224 subscribers gets from YouTube, you would think that we out here representing their ass or something. The number of emails that these motherfuckers send us. You should just see it. Like, it's an entertaining read to go through all the shit that these motherfuckers have sent us. But, like, yo, you know you can't do that, right? All right, nigga. We'll do it again tomorrow, and you will have... we done sat there and watched in the YouTube app, in the fucking studio app, views just go away. You refresh it, 100 views leave. But we'll be back soon. We out for now.
AdamEve.com, promo code RRPOD. Go up there and get your 6 free videos. Get your lover's kit. Get your free and discreet shipping. And, you know, AdamEve.com, promo code RRPOD.
I had forgot about that shit.
Bro, got to end off the show with the Adam Eve, bro. Got to keep the Adam Eve in there. AdamEve.com. Go to AdamEve.com. What? It's about to be a new year. Try some new shit. AdamEve.com.
They do be giving us some money.